Rotations. We're going to be rotating around 80 degrees around point P. Unless the book tells you otherwise, mathematicians always go counterclockwise like this. So this is 0 degrees, then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, etc. That's normally how we do it, right? I know our clocks go this way, but we always assume counterclockwise. We're going to start with point B down here. Start with point B. No, change my mind. Point A. The steps are right here. Draw and measure a line from A to the center P. Not on a graph, just on the side there. So I've drawn my segment from A to P, and I'm going to measure it. Measuring, and mine looks like 39. 39 centimeters. Yours might be different, that's okay. It's okay if yours is different. The next thing we're going to do, make an 80-degree angle using P as the center and A as 0 degrees. So pencils down a second, look up here. P is the center, A is 0 degrees, and we're going to turn it 80 degrees. So I'm going to start counting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Make sure you go 80 and not 100, and don't do the don't go to 100 degrees. Make sure your angle's acute. So I make an 80-degree angle here. And then I'm going to just kind of sketch a line here. I'm going to make an 80-degree angle here. I'm going to make it very, very light so I can erase it later. Your turn. I'll give you about 2 minutes to get caught up here. Go ahead. Some of you are doing this. You're saying, okay, I'm going to make this go straight across and find 80 degrees. Remember, we need to put the center right here and 0 on our point A and then do 80 degrees. All right, now here's once you've done that, you've done the hard part. Now all we have to do, if I were to rotate something, it's got a center, correct? But if I rotate something, does it get closer to the center? It doesn't get closer. It doesn't even get farther away. If I rotate my arm here 80 degrees, do the tip of my fingers get closer or farther away? No, they stay the same, right? Same thing here. This is 39 centimeters. I'm just going to go up here, and I'm going to go 39 centimeters. Right there, and I'm going to put A prime. That's 39 centimeters. You just rotated that point 80 degrees. Way to go. So if yours was 4.5 centimeters, then go 4.5 centimeters over here. If it was 1.5 inches, then go 1.5 inches up here. But the length needs to be the same even when you rotate it. All right. Those are the steps. We're going to do the same things for B right now. Now, to keep ourselves from getting confused, here's what I recommend. You've already done A, so we don't need this stuff anymore. Erase this. Erase all your stuff for A. And start over with B. So we're going to draw a line from P to B. We're going to measure it. Mine is 24. Then once again, putting the center of the protractor on P and 0 degrees on the B line. I'm going to measure 80 degrees. Make that dot. I make that point and I construct that line. That is 80 degrees. Give you a minute or two here. I'll come around and help as needed. All right, so that's 80 degrees from there to there. I measured, that was 24, so I do the same thing coming up here. 24 there, up to 24 there. Measure over, dot, B prime. As soon as I make my B prime, I'm going to connect my A prime and B prime. Once I connect my A prime and my B prime, I'm going to erase this stuff again. Now you don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm going to erase it so you can kind of see what it would look like once it's been rotated. Can you see how that's been rotated about 80 degrees there? All right. Now, that's the hardest one. That is the hardest one. Now we're going to do it on the graph, which is actually much easier. Much easier. Mr. Gressick, can you pass those things out again, please? So Mr. Gressick's going to pass out some overhead transparencies there. Some overhead transparencies. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this on the x-axis. Let's graph the following coordinates. I'll give her a second to catch up there. Once you have that, here's what we're going to do. You're going to take your transparency. You're going to put it over the top of your graph there so you can see what a rotation would look like. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to even trace the axes like this. And then I'm going to trace. Man, I screwed that up, didn't I? Didn't leave myself enough room. And then you're going to trace A and B onto the transparency. Try this again. All right. Here's A, here's B. Only one you put A prime and B prime on it. Once you have those traced onto your transparency, you're going to use your compass and literally spin it around. So you're going to take your compass. Steal your thermometer. If we're rotating 90 degrees, remember we default to counterclockwise. I'm going to take this. I'm going to make sure I'm going right through the center. And I'm literally going to rotate it 90 degrees. I want to know the coordinates of A prime and B prime. What are the coordinates of A prime and B prime based on, and how do they compare to A and B over here? I give you 2 minutes to rotate it and write down those coordinates. And we'll make that A and 4, 7 over here. And make that B. And we're going to rotate this 90 degrees about the origin. So graph those 2 points on your axes. Yep, on the graph. And what we're going to, nope, not using the dry erasing yet. Just use the pencil, graph it on there, and then we're going to use the overheads in just a moment. So what are my coordinates of A prime and B prime? What are the coordinates for A prime? Mr. Chu, what'd you get?
I got -3 and 1.
-3 and 1?
Yeah.
All right, and what about B prime, sir?
I got -7, 4.
-7 and 4. So -3 and 1, and -7 and 4. Those are absolutely correct, sir. Well done. A prime and B prime. Do you notice a pattern?
Yeah.
Take just 20 seconds right now. Describe the pattern with your teammates, and then I'll call on someone to tell me, if I start with X, Y, what should the new coordinates here be? 20 seconds, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My turn. It's coffee.
You would have -y.
Be -y and x. Correct. If this was 1, 3, the new coordinates were -3, 1. Now, this is the shortcut to remembering them. If you don't remember, is it the end of the world? No, you can always just graph it and do it, right? Just graph it and do it. Now, if you don't have these transparencies, because you're not going to get the keys, I'm sorry, can you still do this just with some paper? Yeah, you can still trace some paper. All right, I want you to do 180 degrees now. So we're going from here, 180 degrees. So 90 and an extra 90. Do that with your teammates. And then we'll call somebody else. Miss Shoemaker. What would A prime be?
-1, -3.
-1, -3. And what's B prime, ma'am?
-4, -7.
-4, -7. You are awesome, man. Woo, you rock. So we had A was 1, 3, and B is 4, 7. After rotation, our transformation, A prime -1, -3. B prime is -4, -7. What's the pattern there? 10 seconds. Discuss it with your teammates. Go. Three, 2, 1. My turn. Mr. Walker, what's the pattern?
You're flipping it, and then it's going to be negative.
I flip them? What do you mean flip?
Well, you're just going to make them negatives.
Oh, I just make them negatives. Take the opposite. Yes, take the opposite. So it'd be -x and -y. Just the opposite of whatever it is. If it's already negative, then it becomes positive. Yes. All right. Let's do 270. Almost done here. 270 degree rotation. So that's 90. That's 180. 270 degrees is going to be almost a full circle, right? So let's go ahead and do a 270 degree rotation. Find the coordinates of A prime, B prime, and then you ready to tell me immediately what's the pattern? 30 seconds. Go. All right. What are the coordinates for A prime and B prime? Yes, ma'am.
3,
-3,
-1,
-1.
and then 7, -4.
7, -4. Correct. So if we come over here to our notes, the shortcut. Instead of x comma y, to get our new numbers, what do we do, ma'am?
X negative y.
X negative y? Just like that? No. Ma'am, what is it? Y, negative x. X switches to the y spot, we make it negative. The y just switches to the x spot. So, this is how we rotate 90 degrees around the origin. 90, 180, 270, whatever it may be. If you forget these, the shortcuts, is it the end of the world? No, just take a little scrap sheet of paper, make your graph underneath heavy and dark, trace it, rotate it 90 degrees. Rotate it 90 degrees. That's all we have here for today. Your homework, your first 2 problems in the homework are rotating like this. So for that, you're going to want to use the protractor and get started on those right away. Numbers 14 through 19, though, stuff like this. These answers are, what we just figured out is also in the book. So you can go back and look at those examples in the book as well. And as always, lessons are on YouTube, Mr. Kuhne, GHS Math. If you want to stop and say, pause, say, wait, let me look at this. You can look there as well.